All right, so if there was a top seed at Homestead Miami Speedway, that top seed would absolutely be Kyle Larson. 645 laps. That's how many he's led in his Cup career at that 1.5 mile track. And on Sunday, he earned just his second victory. He's led laps in every single race that he's competed there and been so close so many times, finally getting the second win at that track in his career. Hi, everyone. Shannon Spake. Welcome to NASCAR Daily, Monday, March 24th. It was such a great weekend. If your name was Kyle Larson, looking for the sweep, of course, competing in all three of the events, the Truck Series race, the Xfinity Series race, and the Cup. He would be denied in the Xfinity Series race, which absolutely lit a fire under his tail. We'll hear from him in a second on that, but went out on Friday in that Truck Series race, started third, led 20 laps. Did you guys see this spin, by the way? I mean, I think there's like one guy that could make that spin and save the truck the way that he did. Of course, going on to the victory. So much fun to watch that one. His one truck race this season, of course, getting the victory. Then in the Xfinity Series race, didn't end the way that he wanted to, despite the fact that he led 132 laps. He finished fourth, said he woke up on Sunday morning and said he wanted to kick everyone's butt because he definitely wanted that sweep. And that's exactly what he did. Didn't turn into a pumpkin. No, the Cinderella story was for real for Kyle Larson. He got his 30th career victory in the Cup Series race on Sunday. And it was a lot of fun to watch Kyle Larson just rip that wall. How many times do we think that he might have hit that thing? No idea. I wonder how many more times he might do the triple. I know Jeff Gordon was asked about it in the media center afterwards, and he said, you're going to have to talk to Kyle Larson about that. So we will definitely find out what Kyle Larson is thinking, because it is fun to watch that man wheel a car. And of course, he won a sprint car race as well this weekend before the entire day started. So let's hear what Kyle Larson had to say after the Cup win yesterday.
Definitely extra motivated, and given past history, I just wanted to take the green flag and kick everybody's ass today. Honestly, like I wanted to get to the lead early and just dominate like I was yesterday. But then the green flag flew and it was like the opposite. I was going backwards and getting pissed off in the helmet and just frustrated. But just figured that day was not going to go like that. So then you forget about all that. I think just leading into the race, that's what your thought process is. But then, after 10 laps or so, I quickly forgot about the wanting to kick everybody's ass all race long. And was just like, all right, let's try and work hard at this and get a win. And that's kind of how the race played out. So, yeah, I mean, I'm proud of myself for kind of overcoming that immature mindset, before the race and, just digging down deep to stay in it, because it wasn't a typical Homestead for me. I was never able to get to the lead until it really mattered, where typically, I lead all the laps that don't matter, except for the last one. So, yeah, just, proud that, we were able to keep our heads in it today.
I am a sucker for a good father-son moment, and seeing Owen in victory lane, seeing him with Kyle the entire weekend, of course, seeing him there in the press conference room with Cliff Daniels sitting right next to him. So well-behaved, both of them. I just think that's so cool. Oh, and by the way, NASCAR is requesting the selfie that you took of your dad and yourself on that door in victory lane. So if you could please send it to us, bud, so that we could get it posted on social, that would be awesome, because I feel like that's the selfie of the year right there, as is always when Owen Larson is involved. Or Caitlin, by the way, you're my girl. So let's talk about a little straight talk stats for Kyle Larson, because we do have some of those. Straight talk, straight stats. So it is his 30th career win. Kyle Larson is now the second fastest driver on average outside drafting tracks. And Larson has the most wins with the next gen car. That would be 13, lucky number 13. So go get him, Kyle Larson. It was fun to see this past weekend. I know how badly you wanted to get the victory out there. I know that this second one means something for you. What a week it was for Kyle Larson. And it could be shaping up to be a great season, certainly for Hendrick Motorsports, as they currently hold the 1, 2, and 3 spots in the standings. Someone who did not have a good weekend, that would be Ryan Blaney. The good news is Ryan Blaney has fast cars. So he won stage 1 yesterday. The bad news is his luck is just not on his side. Maybe he needs to go find that horseshoe that Chad and Jimmy Johnson had for a really long time. Because once again, in this race, Ryan Blaney found himself crawling out of his car in the garage and not on pit road or in victory lane. This is not what you want to see. Not a good sign. And so far, Phoenix, he finished 28th with an engine issue. Las Vegas finished 35th with an accident. And then, of course, Homestead with that engine issue, he finished 36th. He told Jamie, I think it was Jamie Little that he talked to after the race. He said it just laid over. He said he didn't have any warning. It just kind of it laid over when I got back to wide open down the front. And that's all she wrote. He said, it just stinks. But like I said, the good news is he does have fast race cars winning stage 1. So we know that fast race cars help everything. And so possibly Blaney can get the ship righted. Maybe some people thought that Ryan Blaney might win this race this weekend because there was a little trend I saw on social media. Someone kind of pointed it out that the trend was that drivers with the letter B in their name had won the races. Of course, William Byron won the Daytona 500, Christopher Bell the next 3, and then Josh Berry. So maybe it could have been Bowman, maybe Blaney after winning stage 1, or maybe, I don't know, I got my 23 on this morning, maybe Mr. Bubba. Did any of these guys finish in the top 10? We've got that for you. Yeah, so there was a really good chance that a B could have won this race because there was a lot of them that finished in the top 10. Bowman, 2nd. Bubba, 3rd. Briscoe, 4th. Busher, 6th. That's about it. And then you got Justin Haley. He finished 10th, which was just a solid day for him. And Zane Smith as well. Great day for Zane Smith. On the flip side of that, Christopher Bell, after winning 3 races in a row, a 29th place finish at Homestead, a place that we know he's been really good at, can rip that wall as well. Is just like we saw Kyle Larson do that. So what I think is interesting, Chase Briscoe, he was so honest this past week. I don't know if you guys heard any of this sound. He said that it's been a real challenge coming over to Joe Gibbs Racing and adapting. He said he thought he was going to be able to just jump in the cars and go fast, but it really has been kind of getting up to speed, no pun intended. But I thought that was a really interesting quote. And I love listening to Briscoe talk because he is so honest and just kind of tells us where his brain is. And I thought that was a really cool one. So a great finish for him. And of course, a great finish for our friend Bubba Wallace. Again, I got to go to the Nike team store or where all the employees go when I was out in Portland. And I thought that this was a really cool little jersey, a Michael Jordan jersey, but of course representing Bubba this morning as well. Got you, Bubba. If you haven't seen the video of his son watching the race, definitely go to social media and check it out. Jesse Punch will probably have it tomorrow for Social Speedway, and you don't want to miss that. If you're a sports fan, which we are, this weekend was amazing. We got to sit around. We got to watch basketball. We got to watch NASCAR all weekend long. I was down in Miami for an NBA game. I sat in my hotel, literally switched back and forth between the races and of course, the basketball tournament. And then when I was at the game yesterday, at the Heat game, almost everybody there, all of the TV people had the NASCAR race on as well, because of course, the NASCAR race was right down the street in Homestead. So it was a great weekend. And one of our own, he might have celebrated it a little bit more than the rest of us. Jarrell Edwards, of course, crew guy for the 20 of Christopher Bell. He hopped a plane and he went to Providence to see his High Point team play in the tournament. Jarrell is awesome. Okay. He played for High Point. He was a guard there, graduated in 2014. And he's been working with the team, talking to these guys and really has been a part of what they've been able to do. So to be there for him to celebrate High Point getting to the tournament, the first time that they've made it to the tournament, that was really cool. In fact, he got a little extra love from Coach Huss, High Point's head coach, who specifically named Jarrell as someone who has been a source of motivation for this team. Listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna plagiarize. Terrell Edwards was a point guard here that came up short a couple of times. Terrell played the Scott Cherry years when they won regular season championships, and he's a NASCAR pit crew guy now. He's a jackman for, I think, Joe Gibbs. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry, Darrell. But Darrell's come back. He's an elite winner. He's won at everything. Won a junior college national championship. Won his butt off at High Point, and it's just been a winner in NASCAR. And Darrell is a guy that tells an unbelievable story, and he's talked to our guys over the past 2 years about being the first ever. And so, Darrell, thank you for your words. We've borrowed him, we've plagiarized him, we've reused him. I love the fact that Darrell gave us those words. I'm sure Keza and Bobby feel the same way because we used them a lot of times when we were in dark moments and we had a long time to get ready for a game or weren't playing very well or just having some bad moments in practice. We leaned on Darrell's words a lot of times, and those really, I think, helped lead us forward and bring us back together when we started to fracture.
A great weekend for Darrell. Unfortunately, High Point did not advance, but it's still a great story. And I hope everybody's brackets are still intact. Mine is. I've got Auburn and Duke going to the championship game. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you who I have winning the championship because, unfortunately, if you're a Duke fan or not a Duke fan, then you might like me or not like me. But some of the players that I work with, actually, Mark Williams, he's a big Duke fan, and he's got them going all the way. Thinks it's the best team in the nation. And it's been a fun tournament to watch. John Calipari, I've worked with him for many, many years to see what Arkansas has done, has been really cool. I thought that was a great matchup. Listen, I know I digress because basketball and NASCAR, two of my favorites, but it was a great weekend for college basketball and for NASCAR to be on the same stage at the same time. And we get to do it again next weekend. And we get to do this again tomorrow. Jesse Punch will be here. Social Speedway will get you caught up on all the social stuff. Have a great Monday, everybody. I'll see you Wednesday.